Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Always, and welcome back to Anti-Material Energy. In the last episode, we were working on pets and all the quests that we can manage to do. We've been trying to figure out how to get some stuff done and whatnot. Not much luck, to be honest, but we're just kind of waiting around for different things to work. These guys are really finicky. As you can see, they're not all increasing. They're about halfway done. Every once in a while, I need to grab some purple, violet aura and make sure that all of these have a good bit, because violet aura, well, disappears if there's not enough of it and disappears if there's too much of it. So it's really, really finicky. These guys require constant babysitting, it feels like, and yeah, it's taken some time, but good news is we do have some more angel steel of the 3rd degree, so we're going to continue getting as much angel steel as we can. Let's see, I haven't really done too much between episodes. I stocked up on exchange energy, EMC, got a bunch of anti-blocks, which we'll get to in a moment, and got a bunch of red fruit charcoal. I considered doing the compact machine stuff, but I realized I only have enough glowstone shards for one octet capacitor, and we'll need to if we want to upgrade this guy to a vibrant capacitor bank. So yeah, that's a thing. So, oh man, this is full. Alright, let's grab... Let's see, what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? Is there something that's mostly empty? That is. Cool, let's grab all the hydrogens. Get them in here, because we need plenty of hydrogen and stuff like that. And that actually brings me to something I want to work on today, which is, I would like to start getting more chemical decomposers and synthesizers. Now the main thing we're going to work on, you can see from my little to-do list up here, we're going to try to make some Autocrafting from Applied Energistics, so that I can make some things a little bit easier and not have to worry about things quite so much. That's not going to be enough. Alright, so you might be wondering why I have all of this red anti-blocks in my inventory. Well, we're going to use them to get a bunch of aluminum. Aluminum seems to be very difficult to come by for whatever reason, but we can get a good bit of it from red anti-material, so let's go ahead and go for that. So I just made a whole bunch of it from the alchemy, what is this called? The alchemy stuff, equivalent exchange, transmutation table. Made a bunch of it from that, just while I was doing things, and yeah, we're gonna get some more. You know what? We have. I took apart all of the connectors there, so we should have some speed upgrades. And there we go. Whoops, wrong place. Alright, so, alright, this is tough for me. This series is a pain to make anything worthwhile, because getting supplies is really, really annoying. So in order to make a bunch of Applied Energistic stuff, we're going to need a bunch of phosphate, aluminum phosphate, because that's how we get sorta quartz. Now, sorta quartz is used quite often, especially if we want to make storage things, or some of the processors, the circuits, and also formation cores and anything that requires fluids, and just basically everything. And it's a pain to get. Not because of the recipes per se, because getting aluminum isn't actually that bad. It's more of getting the power. This thing drains power. It just drains power so quickly. So we can get a good bit of aluminum phosphate. Let's take one away, so we get 2 stacks worth of it. And we can pretty easily make the sorta quartz, but it requires so much power. It's such a pain. Alright, so let's take all this stuff out. And the aluminum oxide goes in first, and then everything else can go afterwards. So yeah, it's just an absolute pain to try to get this powered quickly enough. But we will get what we want and get just a ton of sorta quartz. So half a stack should set us good for right now. So what we're going to want, we're going to need a bunch of things. First thing we're going to need is, we're going to need a one... Okay, let's see. How do we want to start this? We're going to want a molecular assembler and an interface. We're also going to need a crafting storage. So we get all of those, we should be able to do this. So first things first, we need a 1K storage thing. Let's go ahead and put these guys away. I realize why I had them separate. We're going to want them for other things. You know what? Can we get a 4K? It will require one of those calculation processors, but we should be able to make that pretty easily. We just need 1, 1, and 1. We don't even need the redstone. We don't even need half of this stuff, so that will process, we'll get our circuit, and that'll be great. So the big thing that we're gonna need to do, so we'll get this. I haven't made any of this stuff, right? Okay. We'll get the crafting unit. So for the crafting unit, we're going to need 2 more calculation processors. So Certus. You know what? Let's just turn all of these guys into the circuits. And then we're also going to need some cables. So to get cables, we're going to need, let's see, we're going to need a quartz fiber, which we're going to use nether quartz as much as possible because we can duplicate that. And then we just need some flux crystals, which we're going to need, let's see, nether quartz. Let's get 4 of these, I guess. 4 certus and redstone. So nothing too terrible there. The certus quartz does need to be charged. And that's easy enough. It's just a matter of waiting. And this is something else we can automate pretty easily. Some things we might automate, some things we might not. We'll see. We might actually use compact machines to make things a little bit more, well, compact. But we'll see. So it doesn't matter where we put the stuff, but we just throw this stuff into some water. And there we go. There's some flux crystals, so that will give us Amy glass cables. And then all we need is the 2 circuits, which should be done by now. And they are. And there is the crafting unit, which we then combine with this guy to make the crafting storage. So, we're just going to put this, let's grab a cable of some sort. Do we have more cables? We might, actually. We do. We have a few. So let's break this, and we'll use a covered cable, why not? And we're going to put our crafting there. So the next thing we're going to need is an interface. An ME interface, which is not too bad. We need a formation core. So we're going to need flux crystals ground up. And the other thing we're going to need is So we're going to get 2 formation cores, and then the annihilation cores require nether quartz. So we're going to make 1 interface, which unfortunately none of this has any sort of EMC exchange values or anything like that, so it's a shame. But we make an interface and we make a molecular assembler. So put the interface in the molecular assembler, and now all we need is the thing I forgot about. We're going to need a pattern storage. So pattern terminal. What is it called? Is it called a pattern terminal? Alright, so that is a crafting terminal with an engineering crafting terminal. Okay, so do we have any terminals whatsoever? We do have an illuminated panel. That's good. We can start there. So we need a formation core, and then I think that'll be about it. So there's that. We just need another workbench, crafting table, whatever. And then there is the pattern terminal. So this guy we're just going to place right here. Device online, perfect. So last thing we're going to need is patterns. And patterns are, well, not too bad. They do require surface quartz of some sort. But we should be able to make 1. And then we're going to use it immediately to teach the system how to make patterns. So now I should be able to tell the system to make 10 patterns. And we can. Perfect. So I think the first thing I want to actually teach the system how to make is we're not going to worry about too much autocrafting, but what I wanted to teach it how to make is these atomic manipulators. So both the chemical synthesizer and the chemical decomposer require them. So it'd be kind of smart to make. So the big thing with this is just the world resizing interfaces. So we're going to need a sticky piston. Can we get a bunch of sticky pistons? We can once we go like this, put that there, and find some slime. So I feel like we did this before. Do we have any sort of slime? Yes, we do. We have a ton of it. So we're gonna make a sticky piston. And because we can just equivalent exchange all this stuff, at least I think we can. Oh, we can't with the. Okay. So we're gonna have to take pistons and make just a ton of these. So why not just teach it how to make slimes into how to use slime to get sticky pistons. So slime, we have an exchange energy. Can we get more from this? Yes, we can. Cool. So that's really the important thing. And what we can do is just pretty easily teach the system that slime balls plus pistons equals sticky pistons. Now, what we want that for is the atomic shrinking module, and then the atomic enlarging module. So we'll just teach it all of those, and let's make 10 of each. Now we do have to wait for various things, but mostly we just have to wait for the system to say, hey, we're good to go. So let's just get a ton of glass. Glass is pretty cheap. It's 1 EMC each, so nothing too bad. So can we get 10 of these? We're missing redstone. So we'll put those in. Alright, so what else do we need for this thing? So the world resizing thing, you know what, let's go ahead and teach the system how to make that. We can always make more interfaces and all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of it's a process. Laboratory panels, we will tell the system how to make, and then these guys we'll need to know how to make. Let me rephrase that. The laboratory panels we will include ourselves. So what were they? World resizing things. So let's make one of those. And we'll teach that. Alright, we can make a world resizing cube now. And then we should be able to teach this how to make the atomic manipulators. So we just need laboratory blocks and double layer capacitor. So double layer capacitors, do we want to teach the system how to make those? Sure, why not? So just that. With circuits, doesn't matter what kind. We'll set these up eventually. We'll have a nice little system to make that. And then it required the controlled fuel. So one of those, and this is something we want allow or dictionary. So we just put some different circuits in there and we can get that. But before I did that, I should have done that. Cool. So we are almost like out of space, but that's okay. We'll live. So we don't know how to make laboratory blocks. Do those have EMC exchange? I will. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna call this stuff EMC. I know it's exchange energy, not the same thing, but it is. Do we have laboratory blocks in here by chance? No. Dang. Which, that reminds me, we actually had a quest completed. Our cow pet that we made last time gives us a good reward, which is corp. Alright, so let's come over here real quick, deal with this stuff for a moment. What are we up to? Not very much. Alright, are you guys still working with the violet stuff? No. So let's just grab some of these. That's up to like 2,000. We'll get that up a little bit more. And it should be fine. We don't want to put it too high up though, because otherwise it will deteriorate and then we won't get anything at all, but whatever. Anyways, like I said, I will babysit those more between episodes and try to get the Enderman pet as soon as I can. But what did we need? We can take this out. We're going to need some nether quartz and some stone to make a laboratory block. We just need a little bit of cobblestone. Which, do we have that thing activated? Might. So there is a feature, I guess, with one of the mods. I don't remember which one, but T actually lets you check where things are. It seems to be disabled. So basically, it's in-world like searching. There was something I wanted to check out while we're waiting for the stone to cook up so we can make laboratory blocks. How is this guy doing? One, he has plenty of power, and we're at 10,000, so it's super slow. Eventually we will speed that up. For right now, it's not that important, but we are going to want to get some singularities in the relative near future, because that's going to be how we make the reactors. But before we can get to that part, we're going to need a ton more hydrogen and oxygen. So laboratory panel, let's come over here, take our book out, we'll research one of these, and wall panel is what it wants. That's fine. Cool. And then all we should need to do, let's not go overboard, but laboratory panels, good enough. Let's also grab some redstone while we're over here, and just dump all of that into our system. And now we should be able to tell this to make world resizing interface. Goes there, and there are the atomic manipulators. So with that, we can now make 2 of those. And you can see all the stuff it requires. It's not going to take that long, I don't think, but should make it. You can see it's crafting right there. We're going to have more stuff to kind of help the system tell us like what all is going on. But for right now, this is a good enough setup. Doesn't matter too much, but just needs to have a lot of pistons and iron and stuff. So as soon as it has both of those, we're going to make a chemical decomposer and a chemical synthesizer, which should have that now. Cool. So why do we want extras of these? Well, dedication. that's the big thing. So for the time being, we might want to put these somewhere else, but chemical synthesizer we're going to put back here, and what I want to do with it is eventually what we're going to want to do is be able to run basically a lot of things through and have some automation. But more than anything, I just kind of wanted to get those set up right away, because why not? Anyways, that is that. We can do plenty of things with the crafting terminal to like get more stuff and whatnot, but if we want a lot of oxygen, let's figure out something good to have to decompose. I know we could decompose water. That would obviously give us hydrogen and oxygen, but what we're going to need first of all is the blueprints for both the fission chamber, which requires red garnet and carbon picotubes, and the fusion chamber, which requires hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. Now the fusion chamber is much larger, so let's go ahead and try to make the fission chamber. So let's see, red garnet, we have carbon picotubes. We can get another one of those pretty easily, but red garnet, is there an easy way? Lexapro, which is cobalt, nitrate, and red garnet. Nope. So we're just gonna have to make this. So what is it? It's a bunch of different things. Alright. So we need red garnet, which consists of pyrope. I've never known how to say that word. Almandine and spessartine. I'm probably butchering these very badly. So we need 3 pyrope, which we can get from a couple of different sources, but the easiest way is going to be we need silicate, aluminum, and magnesium. Aluminum we have. Let's see, we can go ahead and put this guy in here. We're going to take this out as well. Take all the phosphates out for now. But basically, one thing I wanted to say, these guys are eventually going to be used just to more or less make sorta squirts. We can automate them, and we'll probably end up doing that at some point. And that will allow us to just kind of, well, we can make sorta squirts as much as we want. We can send things like lapis. Lapis actually gives us access to aluminum as well. And we can just kind of filter stuff and do a lot of fanciness with item conduits and whatnot, and have basically automated sorta squirts. And we can even put it into a compact machine if we wanted to, which we might end up doing. Anyways, we need magnesium and silicate. So we have silicon dioxide. We're gonna need some more oxygen. So let's take this stuff out for the time being and decompose this. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many of these are we going to need? So for each, we're gonna need 3 silicates for each pyrope. So we need 9. So we're gonna need 36. And let's get all the oxygen back here. And actually we could probably go ahead and put the anti-materials in there. Why not? And then 1. So there is the silicate. Then all we need is the magnesium, which we need 3 for each set. So we're gonna need 9 of those. And let's see. So 3 silicates. Aluminum is 2. 4, 5, 6 of those. And then the magnesium. So silicon does not go in there. So magnesium, or is it manganese? I think it's magnesium. Oh yes, it is. Okay. So we just need 9 of these. So 1, 2, 3. So there is the 3 pyrope. Pyrope, whatever. So there's that. Let's go ahead and put that in here, I guess. And since this is done, let's go ahead and put these guys away. Oh my gosh. I hate that it does that all the time. And the next thing we need for the red garnet is 5 almudines. So that is more silicates. So let's grab more oxygen, more aluminums, and some iron this time. But that should be pretty easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5 of these, so we need 15 of these. So that is 60. So there are the silicates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 3. And then we need 2 aluminum and 3 iron. And there is the 5 almudines. So I'm going to take a guess that the last thing requires both aluminum and silicate. It does, and it requires, is that manganese? Manganese? Yes. So 3 more silicates. How many of these do we need? We need 8. Whew. So we need 24 silicates. So we're gonna need a lot of oxygen. Let's just get like 2 stacks. And we're gonna need 24 silicate. So we'll just put that in there. There we go. So it's 3 of these, 2 aluminum, and manganese. So that's something that, oh my gosh, I did it again. That's something I'm not entirely sure if we have access to. We have a little bit. We have enough. Alright, so it's 3 of these. And there's the sespertine, or however you say it. And then that, and the pyrope gives us the red garnet. Which, what's this used for anyways? Anything? The Lexapro stuff, which is not useful. And then just the blueprints. Cool. So we need more power. Why are you not accepting power? It says you have power. This thing acts up every once in a while, so let's break it, I guess, and put it back. It's gonna drain the power a little bit, but that's okay. So yeah, that needs 5 million. This thing only stores 1 million. So hold up, how are we even supposed to get that? Yet another mystery to be solved in this mod pack. I've said this before. I'll say it again. This is an unfinished mod pack. It is completely and utterly broken at times, and basically, this is another instance of we can't actually do anything about that. So I will look into if we can upgrade the chemical synthesis machine at all. If there's any way to get more power into it, or anything like that, and we'll go from there next time. At this point, if we can't do too much more, we'll do what we can and then call it a day. So anything with the ore cascade, I'm pretty sure we can do, except for some of the recipes with the pets, but that's okay. Like, if we look through this, there are no recipes for the ore berry bushes, but we should be able to get the 5th degree and then the 2 swords, and I think that's all that's left in here. Social structure, we can't do any of this unless I am in multiplayer. The alchemy, we should be able to do some of this, I think. That's 500,000. We should be able to do some of this. It's just a matter of luck, which is awful, but it is. We're stuck here. We can't do anything further there. There's nothing in those 2. Don't know what the other secret quest is, and then the pets, we can do a handful more of these, but not that many more. I think we can do the squids, and that's about it. So, wait, no, we already did the squid. We can't do the ocelot as far as I can tell. Okay, maybe the Enderman is the last one we can technically complete. So, there's not much more to this unless we can figure out some stuff. So I'll tell you guys what, I will see what I can get done, and maybe next episode will be the last one, maybe not, who knows. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We have autocrafting now, which is nice, and it's simple, but it's nice, and we can go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!